Oh, it's not a startling launch.
I brought the most powerful midsize pickup truck, which is my Chevy Colorado high output. And wait, there is more. John brought his supercharged first-gen Tacoma with 767,000 miles.
3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa!
3, 2, 1, go! Guess he's gonna do a redo because that was just a burnout.
And that got close at the end. Howdy folks, we have an amazing day planned with some track testing coming up with our brand new Toyota Tacoma versus the previous generation.
That's right, this is what we've been wanting to find out. How much quicker is the new Tacoma versus the old with the 4-cylinder?
But wait, there is more. Because I brought currently the most powerful midsize pickup truck, which is my Chevy Colorado high output. And wait, there is more.
What is that next to it?
Because our friend John brought his supercharged first-gen Tacoma with 767,000 miles and a brand new supercharger.
Here in the old 3rd-gen Tacoma, I have by far the biggest engine of today. It's a 3.5-liter V6, naturally aspirated, makes 278 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque, and in this particular truck, it's all through a 6-speed automatic transmission.
Behold, 278 horsepower, similar to the V6, but 317 pound-feet of torque. And that comes in at a much lower RPM, making it more useful. Also, it has a new 8-speed automatic transmission, meaning that I have, well, more gears than anybody else here other than, I don't know, maybe that's Chevy. But the point here is that this is an all-new truck. It's 4-wheel drive, it puts down the power in a more efficient way, and it comes on faster. It just dawned on me that your vehicle is 200 pounds lighter, but in addition, you're about 100 pounds lighter than I am. So that means you have a 300-pound advantage.
It also dawns on me that we're a mile above sea level, and I am naturally aspirated. You're turbocharged, and being here in the mountains favors those turbos.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right, let's get this on.
We've got first our quarter-mile drag race, then we'll do a rolling race from 30 miles an hour, and finally a braking test. But let's see how this quarter mile goes. I am ECT power and traction control off. Oh, it's not a startling launch.
That gear change is on the slow side.
He's not getting too far from me yet. He's just pulling away slightly. That extra torque is hard to compete with. There's no arguing with that.
16.90. Quarter mile, 16.90.
Yeah, I had a 17:53, which is not a blistering quarter mile time.
Yeah, turbocharging certainly makes a big difference up here.
It really does, and the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, the old saying was there's no replacement for displacement, but 317 pound-feet of torque versus 265, and these trucks weigh almost the same. Yeah, I mean, should expect that the truck with bigger numbers is gonna have the better result.
Yep, she drove great. No complaints, nice straight tracking, and because I'm inside the cab, I'm not able to see that ghastly chin spoiler.
I'm hoping that maybe because I'm naturally aspirated and I don't have to wait for a turbo to kick in, I'll get a little bit of a step ahead of you on this rolling race, but I don't know that I have a whole lot of hope to hold on to.
Well, let's give it a try. Why don't you set the pace and I'll stay up with you.
Sounds good. We'll get a quick start up to 30 and I'll do the countdown. All right, I am at 30, and we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. No.
Yeah, this thing spooled up quick.
There was nothing that I gained from being naturally aspirated.
It already had some pressure behind the turbo, so it was already kind of spinning. But I'm not pulling, well, yeah, actually. It's not a sledgehammer, but I'll tell you one thing, it certainly feels a lot quicker than the old V6.
Yeah, well, that's a definitive win there for the new Tacoma's powertrain, and It's not even the more powerful hybrid that's coming.
No, but there's another question that I think a lot of viewers would be very interested in finding out, and that is whether or not this truck, which is a little bit heavier, that's including me, stops better now that it finally has standard rear disc brakes. All right, Case, once again, if you don't mind leading the way, I'll just pace with you, okay?
Sounds good, yeah. Let's get up to 60 and nose to nose. Toyota stuck with the drum brakes on the rears of these third-gen Tacomas for a long time, and now we get to find out if the move to disc brakes is a good one. And it looks like it indeed was, because, yeah, he's probably half a truck length behind me.
All right, gentlemen, are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Whoa. You're basically 3 inches under, or something like that, under 100 feet.
Yeah.
So 99.7.
Which, versus a lot of other vehicles we've tested, that's really not a bad stopping distance, despite the drum brakes on the rear here. But it's not as good as the new truck.
No, and it also has new tires, right?
Yeah, it's got some wild peaks, so these are slightly knobbier than the tires that are on that new Tacoma.
All right, well, let's figure out the distance on the Tacoma and the new one. Whammo!
What's the damage?
89, Nathan.
89, so about 10 feet shorter.
Yeah, which is significant.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Now, I do need to point out a couple things. Obviously, rear disc brakes, that is one thing. That doesn't necessarily mean it stops better, but these are street tires and we are on the street, okay? So these Michelins really are built to grip on this surface. So between those two things, I mean, come on, what do you expect?
And currently, since the Ford Ranger Raptor is not on sale yet, and the EcoDiesel Jeep Gladiator is discontinued, this is the most powerful turbocharged mid-sizer, 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. The torquiest engine in the segment. It also has an 8-speed automatic transmission. Oh, and I have a lot of leaves here. I gotta clean this up. No! All right, my friend Nathan. I don't have any sport mode in this Chevy Colorado. I do have off-road modes and such, and I am going to turn off my traction control system.
Yeah, my traction control's off, my sport mode is on. I've been listening to a lot of punk rock, so I am good to go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa! There's no question. Even with these off-road tires, this Trail Boss is flying.
There he goes. And he's still pulling away.
Did you get a 0 to 60?
9.19.
If you've been watching TFL, you may recognize this truck because we've done videos with this before. It belongs to our friend John, and he's back now with more vengeance, because this Magnuson supercharger that's sitting on top of this V6 in this 1997 Tacoma is all new. It's the TVS 1320. John tells me that this little pickup, tiny thing, puts down 305 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque to the wheels, which means this old engine with 767,000 miles on this whole chassis. I'll explain that later. Wow, about 400 horsepower right here at the engine. Once again, I want to thank John for bringing his wonderful little pickup. This truck has quite a history. It's a 1997, like I said. It, at about 480,000 miles, the head gasket went on the original engine. So John has replaced that original engine with another used engine, the same V6, that had 100,000 miles. And now this truck has altogether 765,777 miles. And it was always supercharged in its entire life, but it has a brand new Magnuson supercharger, which is really amazing because a lot of these trucks are still rolling. And it's got a short throw 5-speed manual.
Nathan, I'm getting fired up.
Yeah, I can tell from here, it looks like you're banging around as if you're a chimpanzee on a sport drink.
Well, are we even, or am I sticking out?
I think we're even right about now.
Nathan, no pressure. How embarrassing would it be if you lost this?
Shut up and let's race.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, jeez. You really burned out.
Guess he's gonna do a redo because that was just a burnout.
I'm sorry, my friend. I kind of roasted them.
You got over anxious. I knew he would.
Yeah, let me give it another go.
3, 2, 1, go!
And I still took him at the start. Still trying to get through those gears. But he's not dropping back.
Come on, baby truck! Come on, baby truck!
And that got close at the end.
You know, he could just put it in 4-wheel drive.
Technically, I did 16.85, which is a little bit better than Nathan's all-new Tacoma, but boy, did I have fun, and boy, did I struggle. So Nathan, are you ready to cry?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I just beat you.
But the GPS says I did 16.85, which is 5/100ths of a second better than your original run.
Oh, you were able to actually see what your little thing said after all that tire smoke blinded you?
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? John is gonna run his truck himself. He knows this best. And let's see what time he comes up with just by himself. What do you think?
I think that is just fine. Besides, I go out with a big W under my belt. Doesn't matter how much power you produce, if you're not getting traction, it's worthless. But I have a feeling that with the current owner of the truck, who knows it best, he'll probably get a better time than Andre. This would be no surprise.
Andre, I smell tire smoke. Why were you doing a big burnout?
Wait. There's some clutch. A little clutch.
What about brake? Do you smell a little bit of brakes?
A little bit of everything, yeah.
I'm so sorry. John forgave me. I think he forgave me.
I think you owe him a new rear set of tires.
All right, but let's review. Let's review first what happened between the 2022 Taco, the 3rd gen, and the 4th gen. Okay?
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So this 16.9 is the new Tacoma.
Correctamundo.
Yeah.
Quarter mile.
Yeah.
Over, at a mile above sea level. And you did
17.53.
Okay, so I think that discussion is over.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
For sure.
Okay, now this result I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
This is Colorado.
16.13, that's a decent time.
Yeah, at 91.1 miles per hour.
Yeah, wait till I bring back the Tundra with the hybrid powertrain. I'm gonna whoop you.
Well, funny you mention it.
Yeah, actually, because John was nice enough to jot down the time that we got in the hybrid Tundra, which was a 15.4
Yeah.
at 94 miles per hour. And after you did a big burnout in 2-wheel drive in his Tacoma, he did a run in 4-wheel drive. And what did he get?
Well, do you want to see what I got first? I'm really embarrassed by this, but
Yeah, let's see what you got in 2-wheel.
16.85.
Oh, that's no bueno.
Slightly better than Nathan.
Slightly better.
But I was struggling all the way.
Yeah.
Then John came in. Bam!
In 4-wheel drive and picked up more than a second.
15.41 at 93.2 miles an hour.
So that pretty much matches what the Tundra hybrid was able to do
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah.
So here's what we'll do. In 26 years from now, you, Nathan, will come back with the 2024 Tacoma. You will tune it, and then we'll do this again.
Oh, that's just an awesome idea. Or here's a better one.
What?
How about we come back with the hybrid version of the Tacoma
Ooh!
and we race that?
Yes.
That all sounds good to me.
There you go. Thanks for joining us. Check out oldtfl.com for everything automotive in one place, and we'll do more racing.